just off that ulnar styloid. Okay? So we need to know a few landmarks. We need to know the ulnar styloid. Okay? We need to know that in the hand, what's the bone that runs here to here in the hand? Metacarpal, right? The fifth metacarpal. So we need to know where that metacarpal is. Okay? All right. So these are the big keys with this tape job. It's a figure 8, just like a figure 8 on your ankle. Okay? You're going to go around the hand and around the wrist, and around the hand and around the wrist. This is a continuous tape job. You're going to start it with 2 anchors, and then you're going to put a continuous strip on that goes around the hand and around the wrist twice. Then you're going to close it with an anchor. Okay? So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put pre-wrap on. If we are trying to prevent ulnar deviation, what position should we put the hand in? Radial deviation, right? Not extreme radial deviation, but slight radial deviation. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to put it in slight, very slight flexion, almost neutral, just flexed a little bit. And then we're going to have them tighten the hand. Okay? We want kind of a claw shape to the hand. What does that do? Spreads the metacarpals, tightens the muscles so that when we apply the tape, it's not too tight. Okay? So, slight radial deviation, slight flexion, and in a claw. Okay? That's our starting position. Spread the fingers. Go. Claw. Slight radial deviation. Pre-wrap. Around the wrist. Off the wrist, up through the palm, up off the dorsum of the hand, through the palm of the hand, back down around the wrist. Okay? Simple, simple, right? All nice and smooth. All of you guys are going to get it just like that, right? Okay. 2 anchors. When we anchor around the wrist, we have to remember our angles, just like we remember on the shin when we're taping an ankle, right? They start at one angle and they flatten out and then go the other way, right? So we've got to remember which part of the wrist is the thickest part. Part near the hand? No. Part near the arm. We have both, right? It gets thicker, thinner, thicker. So we have to work with that. The angle goes towards the thicker part. So when I'm up near the hand, I put an anchor that goes up. This is kind of hard to do from this angle. Towards the hand, right? I'm going to put at least 2 anchors, but notice how the second one is not as steep as the first one, right? I've got 2 good anchors on, okay? Now, once I've got those 2 good anchors, I'm going to find my styloid process. Got my styloid process. I am going to start on the palmar surface of the wrist, going around, hitting the styloid process across the dorsum of the hand. Oops, I missed that angle. Look at that. Kind of tough to tape from this angle, but I will get it. Come across the styloid process, up through the dorsum. Okay, so just got to get in the right position. Up across the styloid, through the dorsum of the hand, crimp where it goes to the thumb so that it doesn't rub into the thumb. Come across the palm. When I come across the palm, notice that the tape is finishing high up on the metacarpal. Okay? On the metacarpal, down and across the back of the wrist. Back around. Okay? And then the second pattern is going to end up half a pattern up from the first, across the dorsum of the hand, crimp, back, across the metacarpal, not into the space above this MCP joint, back down, and then and I'm going to finish it around the wrist.
So some wrinkles on this is okay. I mean,
there are some, and some of this wrinkle that you're seeing is because I'm off to the side trying to tape. We shouldn't see too many wrinkles. If you start it off the styloid process, then you should be able to get through it without any wrinkle. If you use the styloid process as your guide. Your second strip will end up over the TFCC. Okay? First strip over the styloid, second strip over the TFCC. The strips coming across the other side of the hand have to come off the metacarpal. If they don't come off the metacarpal, if I come through here and I get down here and I come off down below where that metacarpal is, there's nothing, it's not pulling the hand that way because it's below the wrist joint. It's just going to allow this thing to move over this way, right? So it has to be up on that metacarpal so that I can pull that hand that way. Does that make sense? Then around, and it's going to go up, pulling this way. So all of my pulls are across the hand, right? Pulling it into radial deviation. When I'm coming back this way, I'm not pulling it, okay? I'm just laying it down, getting to the spot I need, then pulling it into radial deviation, okay? Simple? Yes? Anchor. Start with the styloid. Across the dorsum, to the palm, off the metacarpal, back across. Okay? Finish with an anchor around. All right? Simple tape job. Sorry? That's okay.
Does it have to be a separate anchor around the wrist,
No.
or could it be the same?
It can be the same strip if you want it. If you want to tear it when you bring it back and then put a separate anchor, that's fine. As long as you have an anchor all the way around the wrist when you're done. Okay? Questions with this tape job? Okay, need a new subject.
Everybody's so excited.
All right, so this is called a thumb spica. Okay? Thumb